So, what I wanted to talk about today was just some really basic auction house stuff. So, I've been using, selling, reselling, making money on the auction house for, oh my gosh, like 10 years. I used to play games with this where I'd send myself like one silver and see how long it took me to, turn that into like 100 gold or something. So, I've always found the auction house to be a fun little side game that you can play inside WoW. And I thought I'd share some of my tips because even though by now I would think that everyone would know how to use the auction house and make money on the auction house, I still run into lots of guild members and friends that just have absolutely no clue how to make money. So I'm going to show you just how easy it is. And the first thing we're going to do is, oh look, I have mail, so I may actually have sales from earlier. Um, the first thing we're going to go over is you want to make a bank alt. Now I pick a class that I really just do not want to play. So here we've got a give you a good view of this amazing warlock. I have a warlock, and the reason I picked a warlock is because I just cannot play warlocks. I get warlocks to about level 10, maybe level 11, and just completely lose interest. So I've just never had much interest in this class. So this is what I use for my bank alt. That way I'm not tempted to play the person that's supposed to just sit here in town and never leave. I actually had a spicy rogue recently, and I love playing rogues, and they're now max level. So didn't work out. Make sure you pick a class that you don't want to play. The next thing to do is always send any valuable items to this person. So these are just sales. I don't have any items sitting in here right now, but if you get any greens, if you get white items, anything at all that you think might have some value to it, even if you're not sure, send it to your bank person. Now, if we go look at my bank, we'll
No one's
see.
ever stolen anything out of here.
Thanks, buddy. We'll see that there's not a lot of valuable items in here right now. I just send a lot of leveling components, gems, that sort of a thing. The longer you have a bank alt for, the more items that you'll just naturally accumulate. When I don't sell an item for long enough, it'll end up just in my bank. Either it'll be sharded from an enchanter, or it'll just sit in here and just go to an alt someday. So I use Auctioneer. I've tried Auctionator. Let me go and hit scan. So in Auctioneer, you open it up, you have a couple new tools. Just hit scan. You want to do this at least twice a day. I do it first thing in the morning and before I log off at night. You want to have just the most up-to-date scan information that you can. So before you sell or before you purchase anything, obviously before you purchase anything, make sure that you scan. And I use Auctioneer. There's other things you can use. You're more than welcome to do so. I'm just not as familiar with them, but I've tried Auctionator and I've tried TSM. And in my head, I'm convinced that they are better, but I can just never quite get them to do what I want. And Auctioneer just makes more sense to me. And that's probably because it was the very first thing that I ever used. And what you're going to learn here isn't very complicated. There's really nothing hard about reselling and posting items. So we probably will skip ahead. 3, 2, 1, 0. And then processing. Yeah, I'm processing. Cool. Okay. So let's go ahead and search. Let's just make sure there's no like crazy deals going on right now. So you can do this differently. You can kind of specify the range of profit or buyout that you want to see. I just look at everything. Um, Even though you can see like the profit here is in the copper range, so you may not care about things with a profit in the copper range. You may want a minimum profit of 1 silver. That would be a very reasonable thing to do. I'm just strange and I like to just see it all. Like here, I might would have wanted for myself, even though the profit's low, I might have wanted to just purchase some deviate scales. So one thing that I look for is anything that I think might sell, but that I might also want. That way, if I don't sell it, it doesn't really matter. And none of those are things I might want. You see this a lot, people posting white items that you can just straight up buy from a vendor easily. I'm not at a point in my engineering where I need coarse blasting powder, but you know, if I was working on engineering right now and had an alt that could use this, I'd probably buy all these and then try to resell them. And then if I didn't resell them, then I would just send them to my engineer. But I don't currently have an engineer that can use that. These are actually for a quest. This might be not bad to try. I think it's turtle meat, right? Okay, so if you don't know, here's what you do. You go out and you look, and we see what this is for. So let's go check it out. Wow, classic turtle meat. So I wouldn't just randomly buy something without knowing what it's actually used for. So yeah, so look at this. You can make soothing turtle bisque, which is a pretty decent food, stamina buff, or is the objective of a quest in Hillsbrad Foothills. I will totally buy this. How many does this quest need? 10 turtle meat. Wow, okay. So how many do we have on sale here? Not that many. I'm just gonna buy a few. Actually, I'm gonna buy this one. Yes. And I'll buy all of those. Oh, they're all gone. Like someone, in the amount of time it took me to look that up, someone purchased them. What about this one? Gone. What about this one? Gone. Gone. Okay. Well, you see someone else was buying those up for resale as well, which is a good sign that I was probably on the right track. And that just follows my first rule. I could have easily sent that to any of my alts. Really, any of my characters. None of my characters have done that quest. So I'd be able to, if I couldn't sell them, I just use it, which is perfectly fine. This is a cooking thing, but I'm just not into cooking, so I'm going to leave that alone. I've been selling gooey spider legs, but I just get those. Let's see, what do we got? Anything worthwhile? Okay, so fish oil. This is a big one right now. Everyone needs fish oil in Season of Discovery for a glyph. So I'm going to place a bet here that you really can't go wrong purchasing fish oil. It's not that hard to get, but it's also not super easy to get either, the fish oil. So let's see what else we got. 3 stamina, 2 spirit, and it's leather. I don't think anyone needs that. The next bit here is you need to have somewhat of an idea of what other classes might want to actually wear. Not many people are going to want that. This one, on the other hand, lots of people are going to want. So I'll buy that. Oh, sorry. You need to look at the deposits. So you see the 24-hour deposits, 2 silver. The market price is 23 silver. It says we're going to potentially make a profit of 8 silver. Where some numbers here aren't adding up too well. Oh, it costs 7 silver. It's fairly steep. When you add the cost of basically 8 silver, plus the 2 for the 24 deposit, it's like 10 silver. So when you look at the profit, and you know that it costs almost 2 silver to post, you've got like 4 days to potentially sell this. If you don't sell it within 4 days, then you're probably not going to make it. Also, I just realized this is cloth, so I almost made a big mistake. Nobody's going to want this cloth item. I thought this was leather, but it's cloth, so we will not be buying that. Got to really pay attention. Okay, so I'm just kind of scanning through these. I'm just really not seeing anything that looks worthwhile. And this one doesn't look too bad, but it's a level 13 item. I don't know. Like, the 1 silver, that's not too bad. 1 intellect, 2 spirit. That's mostly for healers is the problem. So I don't think that's gonna work. Here we got a bright belt. I believe I've already got some of these, so I don't know if I want to buy another one. Selling it for 10 silver. It's a level 19 item. I'm probably not going to buy it because I just bought stuff earlier today, but this might be something I would consider if I hadn't already purchased a bunch of things, which we'll go over. I'll show you what I've posted. I've been doing this recently. I don't think this is a very good sword, honestly. I think you can get way better. 4 silver to post. Sells for 4. This isn't horrible. You'd probably be fine to try this if you wanted to. I don't like that there's so many of them on here. So I'd probably leave this alone just due to the high number of them. I think you can purchase this from a vendor. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know that that matters. These almost always sell eventually. So if you can get one at a good price, you see the percentage is 49%, so they're like half off. You can stand to profit. Costs 3 silver. I've already got some, so you can see down at the bottom of that tooltip, last one for resale, literally today. So I bought some of these today. All right, more fish oil. I'm gonna actually no, I'm gonna leave these alone. I've already purchased fish oil. We'll see if those sell. See if I'm right. None of these look like they make sense. This looks like something that probably you just buy from a vendor. It's white. Nope. Nope. I don't feel like who's gonna wear this. That this is a this is a bear tank only. So your audience for that's extremely limited. Unless it's something that I know is gonna have a really good profit margin, I wouldn't even consider it. So here, yeah, this is like, it's only been seen 2 times though at 1 gold. So that's not a reliable price. Intellect Spirit, I believe that's more of a healer thing, which means druids only. Level 22 doesn't make it bad. So that wouldn't be horrible to buy. That would probably be okay. Ivy Cloth tends to be good, but not Agility Spirit. You can make these. Be very cautious of buying something that is a craftable item, unless it's just up for a really good deal, and I don't think that's not for a craftable item. That's why there's so many of them. Okay, let's see. Fire starter. Oh, so this is actually a pretty good one right here. Costs a gold though, so that's a pretty, I don't have a ton of money right now. I'm probably gonna stay away from that, but it's 17 silver, that's rough. So it's got a profit of 2 gold, but it costs a gold, and it's 17 silver. Yeah, actually no, I wouldn't buy that. See, the gold profit is 1 gold, right? So you're gonna pay a gold, your profit's 1 gold, but it costs, I know it's not 20, but just say it's like 20 silver every single time you post it. That's a big risk. If that was like 3 silver, then I'd probably get it. But at 17 silver, you post this like 5 times and you've lost money. You know, like you're just breaking even at that point if you don't sell it quickly enough. I like to purchase things and be able to post them. Honestly, 5 times is not bad. We'll just make sure there's nothing crazy in the percents like this one. No. 26%. It's not bad. And 6 silver, way better than what we were looking at before. So any of these would probably be fine, so long as they have, you've seen it enough times. Like Sage's boots. Oh wow, only 6, okay. I'm wearing those on one of my healers. And down here, like really once we get past a gold, unless you have significantly more money, you probably aren't gonna be coming down here too often. It's actually pretty good. Okay, well, I'm certainly not gonna do any of these. Anyway, let me show you why some of these I have not posted. So the only reason I haven't posted this is because I already have 3 posted. And you can see that I've posted them for more than everybody else. Reason for that is it shows the market price at a gold 59. So because there were so many, and I know this isn't something you can just make, unless I'm wrong. I hope I'm correct. You can't just make these. So these are all drops. There's a lot of them on here, but all of these are really undervalued. So sometimes what you have to do is you have to take a little bit of a hit for a few days and post this higher to try to drive the price up. And then you can post yours a little bit lower to actually sell them. So that's the hope. The hope is the price will go up, but it'll probably take me several days of posting these. So that's why I didn't post all of them. It's because I knew that I'm not going to sell all of these. But I think I will eventually sell them because this is just a really good ring. And if I don't end up using these, honestly, I'll probably send them to alts and just wear them. Fish oil, I haven't posted it because I forgot. So let's do that. And I happen to know that you need like 20. And look at this. Look at this deposit per stack. That's like nothing. So posting them, I don't even care. I don't even care about looking over here. I want them to post for market price. And since it's so cheap to post them, I'm just going to do it. So let's look at why maybe this one isn't. Like, look, 13 silver to deposit, 77 market price. So why is this not up here? Let's find out. Actually, this is better. These were up here recently for like 6 silver. This is getting closer to something that I would post. But I really don't like the 13 silver. I got this on a drop. I haven't purchased this. So I just don't like the ratio is really what this is coming down to. There's a lot of competition. It costs a lot to post. And this is something that potentially a character could use. So this is something that I'll most likely put in the bank. Kind of same thing for like, look at this fire wand. Why would I possibly even consider this, right? It should sell. Market price is like 7 silver. There's a couple. I might sell it, but I just rather keep the wand. I'm not selling these because I'm not a jerk. I do have a leather worker who could potentially use this. I feel like at some point, you're just trying to trick people into not noticing that this requires a leather working level that we can't even reach right now. But it's not horrible because we're starting to get to a point where and now that I look at this, I actually want this. So we're getting to a point where since we're moving toward P2, people might actually start to want these, and you're not tricking them into buying a leather working pattern. And as I look at this, I actually want this pattern for myself, so I'm going to keep it. I'm not selling deviate scales because I need those as well. And I'm waiting to get more crisp spider meat. I don't like to sell ones if I can help it. I like to get like a stack of 10 or possibly a stack of 20 and sell that. Linen cloth, why am I not selling this? You can make a profit, but look at how much you have to deposit. Look at that. It's a significant amount. I think this tells us the 20 stack. No, it doesn't. A full stack takes a lot, and you can see that I'm only profiting this much. But if I walk over to the vendor over here, which you should do if you're ever not sure. This used to show vendor prices. I don't know what happened. It's not doing it anymore. That was super helpful.
Just
But if you come over
browsing my
here,
wares, or is there
you'll see
something
that you can
specific
just
I
sell
can
it
help you
for 2
find?
silver. So
Safe
it's just not
travels.
worth spending a silver to post it to make 4 silver when I could just sell it for 2. To me, it's just not worth the headache. You could probably sell it if I'm being honest, but I don't find this worth the extra 2 silver that you're getting. All right, so why is this not posted? Forest leather cloak. Well, the reason is I paid 20, okay, it doesn't show it now. But I believe I paid this amount for it. And there's a bunch of cloaks up here right now, and its market value is, all right, well, I'm apparently completely wrong. I think I'm just not posting it because there's a lot. All right, well, ignore that. No reason to not post it. You could totally post it and potentially sell this. So these are going to expire. So we have these 8 hours are going to expire. Mine wouldn't. These have a buyout of this, so that's not horrible. I actually personally just value this a bit higher. So I'd rather keep this for one of my people, again, than sell it at that price. If I was going to sell this, I'd want to sell it for a bit more. That's just currently not what it's going for. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's what I do. And as you saw earlier, I had a number of things sell. These were all things that I purchased today to sell, and they've already sold. Go look at those. Oh, it looks like something else just sold not that long ago. All right, so let me grab this, and we can see this stuff sold. So, I'm not making tons of money, but like here, you know, flipping this in the same day, making probably like 70 silver or something. That's pretty good. Eventually, what you're going to get is you're going to have so many items that you'll have multiple pages to post every single day. And you'll have to make several runs. So you'll want to get bigger and bigger bags. And you'll make several runs between the mailbox and the auction house to post all of your items. And there's just a big strength in numbers when it comes to doing this. You can see right now, I've only got this much posted right now. But it's starting to build up, you're right. So when this stuff doesn't sell, or if it doesn't, it comes back in my mailbox, and then tomorrow I got to post it again. And the final thing that I'm not going to really be able to show you here is the fact that you have to somewhat keep in mind how long it's been that something hasn't sold and eventually retire it. If I continue to take this as an example, I bought these today. At some point, that last one for resale goes away and you don't know when you bought it, when you bought this item. And so if you've posted it so much that you're actually losing money, it's best just to pull it and not continue to try to sell something that's just losing you money. And you'll get that with kind of experience and just noticing like, oh man, I'm posting these gloves again. When are these going to sell? And then you do that 2 more times and then you start paying attention and eventually realize, okay, this is not going to sell. I'm just losing money every single time I post it. And it's not worth it. Even if it does sell, it's just not worth it to keep posting something that's just losing you money every single day. So there you go. That's everything you need to know about making money on the auction house. I'm sitting at 8 gold. As you can see, one useful thing to do is to evaluate how much you have sitting in assets. So, I mean, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have quite a bit sitting in assets right now. And I started this character with 1 copper, and then I think I sent myself 50 silver total to get started on. And most of these items are things that I've purchased. When I'm scrolling through here, looks like I've actually sold a lot of the stuff that I've sent to myself. And this is all stuff that I've just bought on the auction house and am trying to flip.